what is the greatest challenge as one of the industry's premier authenticators?
Well, firstly, Steve, I'll thank you for referring to me as one of the industry's premier authenticators. And, I guess authentication. When you look at the title authenticator, the biggest challenge is really accuracy. And as an authenticator with current bats and such, the material a lot of times speaks for itself. But when we get into the vintage bats, the biggest challenge is really looking for forged bats of vintage players. There are some talented people out there who can take a piece of wood and do some funny things to it. And oftentimes, well, I should say more often than you would like, we find these. And as far as the challenge goes, that's where the challenge lies. I shudder when I think about jerseys, because jerseys is simply material, fabric, and how people can manipulate that. But when it comes to wood, there are certain things that we look for that are at times difficult to see. So we strive for accuracy when it comes to is the bat you're looking at in fact real or made to appear to be real.
How has grading changed the bat market in recent years?
I think, well, let me say, I think it's done wonders. Well, wonders may be strong. You can edit this, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to start over. It's done wonders. No. All right. I think grading has done a lot of good for bat collectors. The reason I say that is it really separates the better bats and the great bats from, if you will, a standard game use bats. It also has allowed collectors to realize real appreciation in their collection. It establishes a much stronger and a truer value for a bat. Perfect example, with graded material, if there's 10 bats on the table, a single player, you're going to pick up one. Okay, that's the bat that you're going to reach for first. That's the bat that commands the biggest attention and also the best price. And it's also, is of the best quality. And that's what grading is.
What trends are you seeing in the bat market today?
Well, trends. No, you don't have to skip it.
Market value.
Trends that we see in the bat market today is, and this will go back to grading. More collectors are now opting or coming back to us to have their material graded. So if there's a growing trend, it's towards the understanding and the need by the collector for grading. PSA is a PSA DNA authenticator. Specifically game use bats, we're getting much more call from collectors to come in and do house calls. We're getting many more submissions than we were a year ago. So I think there's a big understanding of what grading is, how it qualifies your collection, and it's a trend that I see will continue to grow.
Did you buy anything for yourself today?
Picked up a couple things. Auction's still going on, but what did we buy? Frank Robinson bat, nice tight Cobb gamer. There were also some very strong prices on a Ted Williams All-Star bat, which set a record. Also the Walter Johnson bat was very nice.
What initially started you collecting game bats?
Oh, well, we'll go back to the mid-1980s, 1983, 1984. I was a card collector and attended spring training every year. And I struck up a conversation with a bat boy. And he walked into the dugout, told me he'd like to trade me for some of my cards, and he walked in and he gave me 2 bats. And from that moment on, everything changed. And from somebody who played baseball also, it struck me immediately that this was a real piece of memorabilia, something that you could attach to the player's career. Again, as a player, I used to play center field, and I hit the ball pretty good, and I remembered the relationship that I had with the bats that I used as a kid. And it was something. There's always a personal nature and an attachment that these players have with their bats, and that was the appeal.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.